Hello, hunters! Just Sheepkiller here, and welcome back to Pokemon Leaf Green version. Last time, we started off our journey here in Pallet Town, and we got our starter. Here, the Bulbasaur, named King, even though it's female. And it's got a naive nature, obviously. And yeah, that's all we really did last time. We started off our journey. I explained a lot of stuff, and we had a 20-something minute episode in just Pallet Town, yeah. And we're going to be in Pallet Town for a bit longer, because I have a few things to explain here today. Like I said last time, I'd be explaining a bit today, and we're going to be doing that now. Not reading that sign, I already read that last time. So yeah, I'm going to start off by explaining some basic features of Pokemon, and some not-so-basic features that some of you may not know. Of course, most of you probably know these things, because this is a pretty small channel. But yeah, I'm going to be explaining these things anyway, just because it's a walkthrough, and I feel like I have to. So yeah, if you guys don't want to hear these things, I'll put a timestamp on screen right now of where you can skip to if you don't want to hear me talk about these stuff about Pokemon. So anyway, we're going to start off here with the lack of a physical special split. If I could talk, that would be great. I kind of need to talk for these walkthroughs. That would be great, me. Yeah. As you all know, the physical special split, which is a great thing that has blessed the Pokemon series, didn't happen until Diamond and Pearl. Before then, moves were physical or special depending on their type. And I'm going to tell you guys the types that were physical and special right now. The types that are physical are normal, fighting, poison, ground, flying, bug, rock, ghost, and steel. And the types that were special are fire, water, electric, grass, ice, psychic, dragon, and dark. Yeah, there were 17 types up to this point. The fairy type didn't exist quite yet. I'm going to try my best not to mention newer things in Pokemon, but I feel like that's a thing that's worth mentioning. The fairy type didn't exist. And yeah, now we're going to move on to some other things. Natures. They will either boost one stat and lower another, or they will do nothing. For example, the adamant nature will boost your physical attack, lower your special attack, and a quirky nature wouldn't do anything to your stats. So an ideal one would be like if you have a physical attacker that's not going to do special moves at all, to have either a jolly nature, if it's going to be fast, or an adamant nature if you don't really care about speed. And although those stats that don't do anything aren't bad, they're certainly not bad, most of the times you don't want them because you want your Pokemon to be stronger or faster. They're just kind of like an in-between ground. Not good or bad, really. But yeah, now we're going to be moving on to EVs and IVs. EVs are effort values to Pokemon that, once you defeat a Pokemon, a certain one will go up depending on what Pokemon you just battled. Like, for example, I believe Caterpie would increase your HP, and of course so would Chansey and Blissey, Pokemon that you would actually think of HP with. And yeah, that's how EVs work. They go up to 252, they max out at that, and you can only have up to, I believe... I can't math right now, but you can max out you can max out EVs in 2 stats, and then you have 4 other EVs after that. You guys can do the math, I guess. I don't want to do the math right now, because I'm just too lazy. I'm reading notes, I'm not doing math, okay? Anyway, the IVs are individual values of Pokemon. And they vary from 0 to 31 within your 6 stats. Prior to Gen 1, they worked differently, but Gen 3 was when they got overhauled to what they are today. And you can't boost your IVs, that's what I was trying to say. That is until Generation 7, which included Hyper Training, not Super Training. And yeah, these can be controlled on Pokemon you breed and stuff, but they can't really be controlled otherwise. But even then, that's only with a certain item that was introduced in Gen 4, and I don't think got that effect until either Gen 5 or Gen 6. So yeah, I don't think you can control IVs at all in this generation, not as far as I know, of course. I don't really know much about IVs, I'm just explaining all I really do know and what I researched. I don't really want to look too much into IVs, especially since they don't really matter in just a personal playthrough like what I'm doing. But yeah, in Gen 3 they don't really matter that much, and they can't be controlled that well. EVs can be controlled, though, rather easily. They go up from defeating certain Pokemon, and they go down from defeating certain berries. For example, the Palmeg Berry would lower your HP EVs. There was actually a glitch in that in Gen 3, where if you use that, it would go down to 0 HP, then it would just cause all sorts of shenanigans. There's videos on that all throughout YouTube. I don't really feel like explaining that right now, because there's videos all about that all over YouTube that you guys could look up. Palmeg Berry glitch. You should be able to find a video that way easily. And yeah, next thing I'm going to talk about is abilities. These are special abilities that your Pokemon have that affect how they do in battle. For example, if you look at my Bulbasaur here, it has Overgrowth for its ability. Whenever its HP is low, its grass-type attacks will be stronger. Charmander has a Fire-type variant of that, and Squirtle has a Water-type variant of that. And all starters, by default, will have abilities like that. There are certain hidden abilities that most Pokemon get, including starters, later on, starting in Gen 5, but those clearly don't exist at this point. Starters will only have one ability. Yeah, those don't really matter, because they don't exist here. Yeah, there's no way to manipulate what abilities Pokemon will have. It's just completely random, and some Pokemon will only have one ability. So yeah, just make sure your Pokemon gets the right ability. If Pokemon have two different abilities and one's way better than the other. And yeah, that's abilities. And next is stats. There's 6 different stats Pokemon have, and then 2 other stats that only take place in battle. The 6 basic stats right here are HP, attack, defense, special defense, and speed. HP is just the vitality bar of your Pokemon, basically, where when it goes down, your Pokemon faints and can't battle until it's either use a revive on it or you take it to a Pokemon Center. And then attack is how much damage will affect how much damage your physical attacks do, in this case tackle. And then defense is how well they can take those physical attacks. So how my Bulbasaur will deal with the scratches from that Charmander last episode. And special attack is how much damage your special moves will be doing, like grass moves once my Bulbasaur learns one of those. And special defense is how well it'll be taking those special attacks. And then speed, it affects whether or not a Pokemon goes first in battle. If its speed is higher than its opponent's, it'll go first. If its speed is lower than its opponent's, it'll go last. And if its speed is the same as the opposing Pokemon, it's completely random. There's a lot of things that are based on random chance in Pokemon. And yeah, the 2 other stats are evasion and accuracy. They determine how moves land. Like if you have high evasion, you're going to be avoiding attacks. If you have low evasion, you're never going to avoid attacks, pretty much. And if you have high accuracy, you're going to be landing moves a lot more often. If you have low accuracy, you're not really going to be landing moves. And now on to some other topics. Attack moves are moves that do damage, either physical or special, depending on what it is. Status moves are ones that will either raise or lower yours or your opponent's stats, or give opponents stats additions or other effects, such as them taking damage every turn and them being trapped or whatever. And then there's status conditions. There are paralyze, burn, sleep, freeze, poison, badly poison, confuse, infatuation, and fainting. Paralysis will lower your speed and make you possibly unable to attack. Burning will lower your attack, physical attack, not special, and you will take damage every turn. Sleep, you won't be able to move until you wake up, and freezing, you won't be able to move until you thaw out. And poison, you'll take damage every turn. Badly poison, you'll also take damage every turn. Except for badly poison, the damage you take goes up every turn. Like, for instance, you would take 1/16 of your HP, I believe it is, the first turn, then 1/8 the second turn, 1/4 the next turn, and then half the next turn. But yeah, if you don't do something about it, your Pokemon's gonna faint, basically. And then confusion, you may hurt yourself instead of attacking the opponents. And then infatuation, you may not move that turn. And both confusion and infatuation can actually be cancelled out if you switch out. The other ones don't work that way. But for confusion and infatuation, you can get rid of those just by simply switching out your Pokemon. And then there's fainting, which makes your Pokemon unable to battle until it's healed up, like I already said. And then there's priority, which priority moves are moves that always go first in battle. For example, Quick Attack, Extreme Speed, Aqua Jet. That move doesn't exist, I shouldn't have said that, oh well. And then there's items. Things that will help out your Pokemon in or out of battle. Well, not just your Pokemon, they can help in other ways too. Like for example, that potion. It heals 20 HP. That's pretty good for my Pokemon. And then there's key items as well, like the bicycle, which will help me move faster. And there's different types of fishing rods throughout the game that you'll be able to fish with to get certain Pokemon. I'll explain what Pokemon you can get in certain areas whenever I get to those areas. And there's also stuff that your Pokemon can hold, like berries and other items, that will help them in battle. So items are pretty good. And now we're moving on to weather. There are 4 different types of weather effects in this game. There's sunny weather, rainy weather, hail, and sandstorms. Sunny weather will increase the power of fire-type moves and lower the power of water-type moves. And it will make the move Solar Beam not have to charge, because normally that move has to charge for one turn and then attack the next turn. But whenever sunny weather is up, Solar Beam doesn't have to charge, so Sunny Day Solar Beam is a pretty good combo. especially if the Pokemon that's using it has the ability Chlorophyll, which will make your Pokemon speed go up. So yeah, that's a pretty good strategy, I suppose. And also there's the Rain, which will increase the power of Water-type moves, lower the power of Fire-type moves, pretty much the opposite of Sunny Weather. And it'll make the move Thunder never miss. So normally that move has pretty terrible accuracy, but whenever it's raining, that move always hits. So that's pretty good. And then there's Hail, which will make non-Ice type Pokemon take damage every turn, just a little bit. And it also makes the move Blizzard never miss. And then Sandstorms, any Pokemon that's not a Ground, Rock, or Steel type will take damage every turn. That doesn't do anything with certain moves as far as I know. So that's all it really does. And these will end eventually, except in Gen 3 whenever it's activated by an ability. Actually in Gen 4 it lasted forever as well, and in Gen 5. Yeah. For whenever Weather's activated by abilities, until Gen 6 it lasted forever. But yeah, either way, weather effects can be activated by either moves or abilities. There actually was no ability to activate Hail in Gen 3. So yeah, the abilities Drought, Drizzle, and Sandstream will activate weather, and the moves Sunny Day, Rain Dance, Hail, and Sandstorm will activate those certain weather effects. And then as far as battles go, they're pretty simple. They're turn-based, and they're judged by either speed or priority. And there's single or double battles. Single battles are just a 1v1, and double battles are a 2v2. That's pretty simple. Now that I've explained all that, though, we're ready to move on, but first we're gonna explain a few more things for Pallet Town. As far as items go, we do get a few things, but we have to come back later for those. And you see this pool of water here. This has some Pokemon in it, none of which we can get right now, but I'll tell you guys which ones they are anyway. Whenever you surf in the water, you get the Pokemon Tentacool. That's really it. And whenever you use the Old Rod, you get Magikarp. And whenever you use the Good Rod, you get the Pokemon Magikarp, Horsey, Krabby. Yeah, that's it. And then for the Super Rod, you can get Gyarados in both games. And then here's a new thing that is a thing. Version exclusives. It's what the Pokemon Company tries to do to justify there being two different versions of Pokemon games. For example, I'm in Leaf Green, and here in Leaf Green you will get Krabby, Slowpoke, Kingler, and Staryu from the Super Rod, and in Fire Red you'll get Shellder, Seadra, Psyduck, and Horsey. But yeah, that's the encounters for this area. I did just repeat a few Pokemon's names there for encounters. Normally I'm not going to do that, but whenever Pokemon's encountered a different way, I will bring them up again. Anyways, that's it for Pallet Town for now. We will be back later, but for now, that's it. We explained everything. So yeah, let's move on to Route 1 here. And now we have more to explain. Don't worry, not much. There's two Pokemon you can find here in this tall grass. The Pokemon Pidgey and Rattata. They're just your basic bird and rodent Pokemon, not really special, but there's something you can try to get if you want them on your team. And here's Pidgey right now. We're gonna fight it, of course. Hello, Pidgey. It's a level 3. I'm not using Pidgey on my team, so we're just gonna knock it out here. And wow, I got a critical hit. I don't really think I explained critical hits. They just make your attacks do more damage, and they're based on random chance, just like most things in this game. And of course, we're not gonna get one, but hey, we win the battle either way because Pidgey's weak, like I said. And there, Pidgey is taken down. See, battles are pretty simple. And, oh, what's it say? Route 1, from Pallet Town to Viridian City, yep. And if we talk to this guy, we can actually get an item here in Route 1. It's the only item on Route 1. Hi, I work at a Pokemon Mart. It's part of a convenient chain selling all sorts of items. Please visit us in Viridian City. I know, I'll give you a sample. Here you go. And he gives us a potion. Considering we just used that in our rival battle, that's pretty handy to have. And now, that's really it for this route. We explained everything on this route, and that's really it for the route as well. I mean, except for talking to this person, but after that, that's it. And of course, we are into wild Pokemon. Hello, Pidgey. I don't really like Pidgey, but I'll be right back. I actually had to run away because he got me down to low HP. I am going to cut out battles that are kind of redundant, just for the sake of video quality. See those ledges along the road? It's a bit scary, but you can jump from them. You can get back to Pallet Town quicker that way. Oh, he was just explaining jumping down the ledges. I'll touch on that a bit right now. If you try to go the ledge from here, you can't go up, but if you go from the other side, you can jump down. It's basically just meant to take a shorter way back from a certain place. Like that, except you won't be jumping off ledges for that. And now Route 1 is done. That was pretty simple, and now we are in Viridian City. We have some things to explain here, but I'll explain those things later. For now, I just want to go on with the main story stuff. We'll be coming back here after we return to Pallet Town. So for now, we're just gonna Go through here, completely ignoring it. Trainer tips, the battle moves of Pokemon are limited by their power points, PP. To replenish PP, rest your tired Pokemon at a Pokemon Center. Oh, I didn't explain PP. I completely forgot about it, but the game just did it for me, so we're all good, I suppose. I guess now it's time to heal at a Pokemon Center. Unlike most other Pokemon games, Pokemon Centers aren't really explained to you in this game. But I'll explain whatever I need to here. What's he gonna say? There's a Pokemon Center in every town ahead. They charge no money, so don't be shy about healing Pokemon. Well, if I could talk to you, Pokemon Centers heal your tired, hurt, or fainted Pokemon. They make all Pokemon completely healthy. And we see that same message all the time, it seems. Please feel free to use that PC in the corner. The receptionist told me so. It's so kind of her. And yeah, this NPC over here basically just explained Pokemon Centers for me. They're places to heal your Pokemon if they're tired or hurt. And this guy said you could use the PC, so we're gonna show it off now. And here's the personal PC that I brought up in the last episode. It's the same thing as back in your house, except it has more to that. Here is someone's PC. We can withdraw, deposit, move Pokemon, and we can move items as well. This is basically just sorting items in your Pokemon if they're holding items. And yeah, this is how the PC works. You can move Pokemon around freely here. And if you go here, you can deposit Pokemon. Like, put them in the PC, but if you only have one, it doesn't work. And withdrawal is breaking Pokemon into your party. If you like doing things that way, you can. I always find it easier to just move Pokemon, but if you want to do it that way, you can. And I'm not sure if I healed yet or not. No, I didn't. So this is basically how healing Pokemon works. The Pokemon Centers. It's very simple. They'll ask you if you want to heal your Pokemon. Say yes, and they'll take your Pokemon for just a few seconds. And just like that, your Pokemon are healed. Pretty quick. And yeah, they hope to see us again for some reason. Anyway, here is the upstairs of the Pokemon Center. Not really much to see here. This is just some battle records and stuff. I'm pretty sure they all say the same thing. Nope, that one's undergoing adjustments. And here's just another PC, so you don't have to go downstairs. Now what's this person gonna say? I'm terribly sorry, the Pokemon Wireless Club is undergoing adjustments now. And yep, they're all gonna say the same thing. Okay, so we're not really gonna be coming back here, so I might as well explain things now even though they're not available here yet. Basically what this is a place for you to battle and trade Pokemon with other people. This is how you'll get opposite version exclusives in your own game to try to catch them all. Right here, you'll use the link cable to connect directly with someone with the link cable to battle or trade, which you already know how battling works, and trading is just swapping Pokemon with someone else, like you would trade your Staryu for someone's Horsey, for example. Horsey's not really a good Pokemon to trade Staryu with. Shelter is what I wanted to say there, but my mind just went blank for a second. So basically that's all it is, just swapping Pokemon with someone else, so you can both get something that you want. There's also Pokemon that evolve by trading, so that's another use for trading right there. And there's also Pokemon that evolve from being traded while holding a certain item. So yeah, trading is pretty useful even if you're not worried about version exclusives, but you want trade evolutions. And yeah, this part is where you'll use a wireless adapter to battle or trade. It's basically the same thing, but using a wireless adapter. I might be getting some of this stuff wrong. Like, there might be more here than just battling and trading, but as far as I know, that's all it really is for. I don't really think Gen 3 had anything else special. I mean, Gen 4 has a lot of stuff that you would connect with other players to do, but in Gen 3, I believe, it's just battling and trading. So yeah, there was a wireless adapter you could use for Fire Red and Leaf Green, and it would just let you battle or trade with someone without having that pesky link cable around. So you wouldn't have to use a cable to connect your two consoles together. You could just be wireless, and it would be awesome. That's how it works. And now here's the town map, which is just to map the entire region. I'm going to be going over each place in detail once I get to those places, so no need to go over the town map. And yeah, now it's time to head to the Pokemon Mart, which is the blue building right over here. Oh wow. And now here we are. Hey, you came from Pallet Town? That's right, I did. You know Professor Oak, right? His order came in. Can I get you to take it to him? And here is Oak's parcel. Okay, thanks. Please say hi to Professor Oak for me too. So basically this is just something you want to give to Professor Oak. So this is why we're going back to Pallet Town. We're not just going back to Pallet Town to explore some extra features. We actually need to go back there to give him the parcel, and we get something special for doing it too. And you actually need to do this. It's not something optional that gets you something good. It is required, so you need to do it. I've got to buy some potions. You never know when your Pokemon will need a quick healing. That's right, potions can be pretty useful. The shop does good business in antidotes, I've heard. Yep, and with that, we're done in the Pokemon Mart. And now it's time to head back to Pallet Town, where we're going to give Professor Oak his parcel. And we do have the ability to run with a run button later on, but right now we don't have that. It takes quite a while for us to get it, unfortunately. But yeah, as you can see, we can just jump down these ledges like this to go down pretty quickly. And we only have to go through one patch of grass to get to Pallet Town. And it's this patch of grass right here. We might run into a Pokemon though, in my luck. Oh wow, we didn't. I thought I would have. I guess not. But anyway, here we are, back in Pallet Town. Now it's time to give Professor Oak the parcel. Oh, Jashipure, how's my old Pokemon? Oh, it seems to be growing more attached to you. You must be talented as a Pokemon trainer. What's that? You have something for me? Yes, we gave him the parcel that we needed to deliver to him. As to custom Pokeball, I had it on order. Thank you. Gramps! I almost forgot! What'd you call me for? Oh right, I have a request for you two. On the disc here is my invention, the Pokédex. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. The Jashipure and Scully, take these with you. And we received the Pokédex from Professor Oak. You can't get detailed Pokemon. You can't get detailed data on Pokemon by just seeing them. I messed up my words there. You must catch them to obtain complete data. So here are some tools for catching wild Pokemon. And we receive 5 Pokeballs. When a wild Pokemon appears, it's fair game. Just throw a Pokeball at it and try to catch it. This won't always work, however. A healthy Pokemon can escape. You have to be lucky. To make a complete guide on all the Pokemon in the world, that was my dream. But I'm too old, I can't get the job done. So I want you two to fulfill my dream for me. Get moving, you two. This is a great undertaking in Pokemon history. Alright, Gramps, leave it all to me. Jashipure, I hate to say it, but you won't be necessary for this. I know, I'll borrow a town map from my sis. I'll tell her not to lend you one, Jashipure. Ha ha ha. Don't bother coming around to my place after this. And that's the kind of rude stuff I was talking about last episode. He is a little rude at times, and it just makes you want to wreck him in battle, I suppose. Anyway, we're going to do exactly what he told us not to do, and go to his house. And this is another thing you can get in Pallet Town outside the Pokédex. Grandpa asked you to run an errand. Gee, that's lazy of him. Here, this will help you. And that thing I was talking about was the town map from Daisy, who is our rival's sister. You can use the town map to find out where you are, or check the names of places. So basically, it's a portable version of what we saw in the Pokemon Center. Yeah, the town map can be pretty useful if you don't know where you are. And anyway, here's a Rattata. I'm not going to skip this battle because we haven't seen Rattata just yet. And yeah, Rattata's just a pure normal type. It's not very useful. And wow, I can't believe we missed. That's annoying. Makes our battle last longer. And he just used Tail Up there, which lowers our defense. So yeah, his tackle attacks to do more damage. Not that they did much to begin with. And that's the second time I missed. My luck is pretty bad today. Okay, can I use tackle? There we go. Would have been nice if I got a crit to make up for all those times I missed. But hey, at least we take him down now. Rats are fainted. And we grew to level 7. There we go, our stats go up yet again. And we learned Leech Seed. That's a new move for our Bulbasaur. Basically what it does is once that hits your opponent, they will lose HP every turn, and you will regain some of that HP. Pretty nice. If you just want to stall your opponent and heal a bit at the same time. Anyway, now it's time to go back to Viridian City. This time I'll be explaining things on the way. And oh my gosh, of course. Okay, no more random encounters, please. Thank you. And now we are here in Viridian City. Here we are going to go over quite a few things. Let's read the sign first. I don't think we read it last time. Trainer tips. The battle moves of Pokemon are limited by their... Oh wait, I did read that. Never mind. Anyway, there are some things we can't really access. On the first visit, we do have to come back quite a bit later in the game to access everything. But we can't access those things by now, so we're going to go over those things now. And first of all, there is a potion here. I don't think there's any other. I'm pretty sure there's only one. But yeah, we can get it. Those Pokeballs at your waist. You have Pokemon, don't you? It's great that you can carry and use Pokemon anytime, anywhere. That's right. And yeah, there is a guy there, and he does teach your Pokemon a certain move. But you'll need either Cut or Surf to access it. As you can see, we need Cut to get past this tree, and we need Surf to go over the water, so we can't get to him either way. Anyway, the potion I was talking about is just over here. If we sneak past here, there's a potion right here. Found one potion, there we go. It's always good to have potions. It's always nice to find as many overworld items as you can, so you don't have to buy as much stuff. And yeah, I already went to Pokemon Center. I'll heal anyway, though. Yeah, there's not much to explain in Viridian City, but there is quite a bit. There are some items, like the potion I just got, the parcel we delivered to Professor Oak, and there's one more, which is a key item, and that we'll be getting pretty shortly. But first we're going to talk to this guy. I kind of skipped over his dialogue, but now we're going to talk to him. You want to know about the two kinds of Caterpie Pokemon? Yeah, I do. Caterpie has no poison, but Weedle does. Watch that your Pokemon aren't stabbed by Weedle's poison sting. And what happens if we say no? No! Okay then. And now if we go in this house, let's see. I don't think there's anything special in any of these random houses, but we're gonna look over here anyway. Whew! I'm trying to memorize all my notes. Let's see what her notes say. Let's check out the notebook. First page. Pokeballs are used to catch Pokemon. Up to 6 Pokemon can be carried in your party. People who race a battle with Pokemon are called trainers. Turn the page. Yeah. Second page. A healthy Pokemon may be hard to catch, so weaken it first. Poison, burn, or cause another status problem to weaken it. Third page. Pokemon trainers seek others to engage in Pokemon battles. To trainers, the taste of victory is sweet indeed. Battles are constantly waged at Pokemon gyms everywhere. The ultimate goal for all trainers is simple. It is to defeat the top 8 Pokemon gym leaders. Do so to earn the right to face the Elite Four of the Pokemon League. Hey, don't look at my notes! So yeah, that just explained a lot for me. Yet again, this game's explaining a lot for me. Yeah, I don't really need to say anything now. Pokeballs, catch Pokemon. Professor Oak gave us 5 of those, so we can catch Pokemon anytime we want. They're over here in this pocket here. And yeah, we can catch 6 Pokemon, and there's trainers all around the region that will try to battle us. Pokemon Journal, special feature, Professor Oak, the Pokemon researcher. Professor Oak reportedly lives with his grandchildren Daisy and Scully. Yeah, it's not really much. And this is the same thing? Yes, it is. Of course it is. And this is another town map. I thought they were only in Pokemon centers. I guess there's one here too, though. Okay, be sure to read what's on the blackboard carefully. And what's on the blackboard? Stuff I already explained. Actually, less than what I explained. Hooray! I explained stuff faster than the game. That's nice. The game will only explain stuff for me when I forget to explain it. Otherwise, I guess I'm explaining it first. But anyway, yeah, now we're gonna move on this way. Viridian City, the eternally green paradise. Yep, now let's go on to this house, actually. We're not going ahead just yet. We're going to this house first. My daddy loves Pokemon, too. Teep-meep! Killing it with nicknames is fun, but it's not easy to do so. Clever names are nice, but simple names are easier to remember. Clever names are nice. I have clever nicknames planned for all the Pokemon I'm raising. And that was all the same. What do you say? Spearow, name Speary. He has it on the wall. Is he gonna forget otherwise? And that's we've already read before. I guess TVs don't have multiple different things to say in this game. They didn't do that till later, I suppose. Anyway, now we can move on ahead. What's this person got to say to us? I go shopping in Pewter City occasionally. I have to take the winding trail in the Viridian Forest when I go. And here's an old man. I'm pretty sure you all know what this old man's gonna say to us. Well now, I've had my coffee, and that's what I need to get going. What is that red box you have? Ah, so you're working on your Pokedex. Let me give you a word of advice. Whenever you catch a Pokemon, the Pokedex automatically updates its data. You don't know how to catch a Pokemon? I suppose I'd better show you then. And now the old man's going to show us how to catch Pokemon. Again, I don't have to show you guys because the old man's going to. This game explains a lot for me. It's doing a lot of the work, I suppose. Anyway, yeah, this old man's just going to catch a Weedle. Since Weedle's catch rate's so high, he doesn't really need to worry about it breaking out. Or maybe it will break out anyway. Let's see. He's going to use the Pokeball. I'm pretty sure it's guaranteed to catch, but I don't know. 1, 2, 3. And there we go. The old man caught Weedle. Just like that Weedle was caught. For the old man, at least we don't have a Weedle. And there, now tell me, that was educational, was it not? And here, take this too. You obtained the TTTV, that was the other key item I was talking about. If there's something you don't understand, watch that. It'll teach you about the basics of being a Pokemon trainer. And yeah, he's just talking about waking. He's just telling us how to catch Pokemon yet again, without the tutorial this time though. And yeah, basically what he gave us was a thing full of tutorials for people who don't know what they're doing in Pokemon games. Basically. A television set that is tuned into a program with useful tips for novice trainers. Yep. That's basically what I just said about it. Trainer tips. There's Pokemon and my phone's going off. Anyway, trainer tips. Catch Pokemon and expand your collection. The more you have, the easier it is to battle. This old man is blocking our way. What's he have to say? This Pokemon gym is always closed. I wonder who the leader is. I wonder who the leader is too. I guess we'll never really know. Yeah, this is a Pokemon gym. You need to challenge all 8 of them in the region in order to go on the Pokemon League, like something earlier in the game said. I think it... Oh yeah, it was that girl's notes. But yeah, we can't take on this gym quite yet, so we have to move on to the next city to take on that gym. And if we try to enter, Viridian's gym's doors are locked. And we just get pushed off randomly. I guess our character just decided to give up on that. And anyway, this is another route up ahead. This is Route 2. We are not going there quite yet, however. What we are first going to do is we are going to try to go over here and see what happens. We got all the items in Viridian City that we can get at the moment, so we're just going to move on over here now. Route 22. There are new encounters here, but I'll be explaining encounters in Routes 2 and 22 next episode, as well as Viridian Forest. And yeah, if we go over here, it's just a bunch of nothing. Hooray. I have a whole page of notes for this episode, and I'm pretty sure I read them all already. I'm pretty sure I explained everything in the notes already. But yeah, a whole page of notes for this episode. I can't even imagine what next episode's going to be. Well, actually, I'm pretty sure it's going to be smaller, because most of the space was taken up by just basic Pokemon features that I talked about in this episode that people who don't really care about that probably skipped. Anyway, if we go over here, we get another rival battle. This one's actually optional, believe it or not. Hey, the Sheep Killer! You off to the Pokemon League? Forget about it. You probably don't have any badges, do you? The guard won't let you through without them. By the way, did your Pokemon get any stronger? Yep, here we go. We are battling our rival Scully yet again. He starts off with Pidgey. He has more than one Pokemon now. Pidgey level 9. We are leveled here, but hopefully we can win anyways. Oh, he's faster. That's not a good thing. Let's use Leech Seed to heal a little bit of HP every turn and do some damage to him as well, because let's be honest, Tackle's not going to do that much. Anyway, we're also going to use a Growl just to make his attacks weaker. No, Sand Attack is not nice. That lowers our accuracy, something I explained earlier. With our accuracy lowered, we're not going to land moves as much. Tackle already doesn't have perfect accuracy, so we're probably going to miss it a few times. Anyway, we're back to full health at least. Let's try to use Tackle and not die. There we go. We actually landed Tackle, that's nice. And yeah, Leech Seed is going to make this a bit easier on us. Hopefully we can actually win this way. I'm honestly not even sure if we can win. Definitely not going to win with a critical. And I missed. That was the worst look in a single turn, wow. But yeah, I'm not sure if I can win this, but I'm going to try anyway. I will have to grind up if I... 2 criticals in a row! This happened on my original Let's Play as well. I'm not even kidding. What the heck is up with this Pidgey? This battle is rigged. Yeah, am I great or what? And now using Pokemon, lost against Scully. And yeah, you give... Just like what they'll do to you, you have to give the opponent prize money when you lose. But yeah, this is what happens if you lose the battle. You just automatically get sent back to the Pokemon Center. And she automatically hears your Pokemon. And yeah, we lost to a rival. I don't know if we can rebattle him. We might be able to, but I'm not quite sure. Yep, we do get to rebattle him. That's good. Hey, the Sheep Killer. We already read his dog, so let's just not worry about that. And I guess I'll meet you guys back when I've set things up. Alright, I've got things set up yet again. Let's just hope he doesn't get a critical. Good. Now hopefully we can actually take him down this time. That would be great. This Pidgey is more frustrating than it should be. I insulted Pidgey, but he always does wonders against me, to say the least. Hopefully this battle has better luck, though. If I have good luck this battle, I think I can win. And there we go. Pidgey is defeated. And now we get 105 experience points. That's a lot for a low level. And level 8, almost level 9 as well. And next he obviously has Charmander, who's also level 9. Doesn't have any fire attacks, though, so we're all good. It should have fire moves at this point, I think, but it doesn't have any fire moves. It just has... I believe it still just has Scratch and Growl, just like how Pidgey just has Tackle and Sand Attack. First time I'm going over movesets in this. I don't really plan to do that all the time, but whenever they're like this, basically, I will go over movesets because I can name them off of memory. That would just be more notes if I named movesets of all important battles. And he got a critical on us. Isn't that great? Anyway, I do have a potion, so we should be all good still. And I think I will show off the TTTV next time. I'll show off the TTTV and go over encounters. Because this episode's been pretty long. Once this battle's over, there's not really much left to do in this episode. And no, I'm not using another potion, not at full health. The game won't even let me do that. And yeah, Charmander has Growl, like I already said. He just has Scratch and Growl. But I think we're gonna win this next turn. There's no way he can one-shot us even if he got a crit, so we should be all good. And no crits for you. And Tackle finished you off. There we go. We win. 124 experience, even more than Pidgey gave. Obviously, because Charmander's better. And with that, Rival Scully was defeated. We are now level 9 just like his Pokemon were. Oh, you just lucked out. Actually, I just did the opposite of that last episode. This one... Not last episode. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. Actually, I just did the opposite of lucking out in the previous battle, and I just didn't have bad luck this time. That's really how it worked out. I guess I actually is lucking out now that I think about it. I heard the Pokemon League is crawling with tough trainers. I'd figure out how to get past them. You should quit darling me and move on. Basically, he's just thinking we're slacking off, even though he was doing the same thing, trying to get past the guards when he has no badges. We all know he's secretly a noob. After all, his name is Scully. Anyway, I'm going to try to not get encounters this time, because I'm going over them next time. And Pokemon League front gates. So here, we could try to enter the Pokemon League, but we're going to fail just like our rival did. And do these statues say anything? No, they don't, I figured. And this guy is going to block our way. Only truly skilled trainers are allowed through. You don't have the Boulder Badge yet. Rules are rules, I can't let you pass. Yeah, the first badge we get is the Boulder Badge. And once we get the Boulder Badge, they'll let us through. But for now, we're going to make our way back to Viridian City, and we're going to call it a day. Here we are in Viridian City. Let's stop off the Pokemon Center because my Pokemon's hurt a little bit. So we're going to heal up, and that's going to be it for this episode. I'll see you guys in the next one, where we're going to be moving on in the story. No more beginning areas. We're going to be off through Viridian City and make our way to Pewter City. I'll see you guys then, where there's probably, hopefully, going to be less explaining. I'll see you guys then. Happy hunting!